Syria warned U.S. still locked and loaded. President Donald Trump has warned Syria's government the U.S. is locked and loaded to strike again if it carries out new chemical attacks. The warning came after the U.S., UK and France struck 3 Syrian sites in response to a suspected deadly chemical attack in the town of Douma a week ago. Syria denies any chemical use and says that attack was fabricated by rebels. UN Security Council vote brought by Syria's ally, Russia, and condemning the US-led strikes was rejected. The wave of strikes represents the most significant attack against President Bashar al-Assad's government by Western powers in 7 years of Syria's civil war. What has been the reaction to the strikes? There was a bitter exchange at a UN Security Council emergency meeting on Saturday as Russia sought to secure a condemnation of the early morning airstrikes by Western powers. Russia's UN envoy, Vasily Nebenzia, read out a quote from President Vladimir Putin accusing the Allies of cynical disdain and acting without waiting for the results of a chemical watchdog investigation into the Douma incident. Inspectors from the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, OPCW, are currently in Damascus and are expected to visit Douma this weekend. Mr. Nebenzia accused the US, UK and France of hooliganism and of demonstrating a blatant disregard for international law. Media caption: amateur footage shows strikes on a military research facility in Damascus, while state TV shows the damage. U.S. envoy Nikki Haley said the strikes were justified, legitimate and proportionate. She said, "I spoke to the president this morning and he said, if the Syrian regime uses this poisonous gas again, the United States is locked and loaded." She added, "When our president draws a red line, our president enforces the red line." Ms. Haley said the U.S. and its allies had given diplomacy chance after chance, but Russia had continued to veto UN resolutions. She said, "We cannot stand by and let Russia trash every international norm and allow use of chemical weapons to go unanswered." Can Trump walk away after airstrikes? World won't ignore toxic warfare, Boris Johnson. Bashar Jafari, Syria's envoy to the UN, said the US, UK and France were liars, spoilers and hypocrites who exploited the UN to pursue your policy of interference and colonialism. On the 15-member council, only China and Bolivia voted in favor of Russia's resolution. Other reaction included UK PM Theresa May said there was no practicable alternative to the use of force, but also added the strikes were not about regime change. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the strikes were appropriate in retaliation for inhumane Syrian attacks. Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu expressed his total support for the airstrikes. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani said the US was trying to justify their presence in the region. China said it opposed the use of force and that there could only be a political solution to the Syrian conflict.